nowhere to be found, and all of a sudden, there's a stadium on fire. So they say it was construction work, but I think we all know the truth.
Well, I mean, Ralph could make it look like construction work. He does work for a company that's very much like construction, is he not?
Yes, absolutely easy to slip in, slip out. I'm pretty sure he has his own hard hat. I'm just saying. It's
hard
suspicious.
hat, the clipboard gets you in pretty much anywhere. Yep.
So
fascinating.
We got to find out
stadium.
What the hell is going on, and where is Ralph from Harmon Solar? Now they say nobody has been hurt. I don't know how much damage has occurred, but there's no roof, so I can't say the roof is on fire. It's just an open air stadium. So
yeah,
right.
Some
did the white horse? Did it burn? The white horse?
You mean the actual horse that galloped across the field back in the day?
Pony that they have that's up in one end zone there.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just burning off all the farts in the seats that have been there for all these years, because they get trapped in there, and that's a fire hazard right there.
Well, a lot of methane gas there.
So we have 1 hour of show. We have 1 hour of show today because coming up at 4:00, we make way for Westwood One's broadcast of the Sweet 16 night number 1. Arkansas and Gonzaga starting right off the bat. So before we get to Keon Rose's college basketball dance party, what we need to do is take care of a little bit of quick business here and say, hey, look, Diamondbacks got a win. That's nice to see. Kind of, even though it's the Giants and it's just spring training, but just take the moments when you get them. Just take the moments when you get them.
If you say so, Jeffco. But I am inconsolable at this point about the Diamondbacks.
Listen, I see a W is all I see. It doesn't matter to me where, how, what. It's a W. Okay?
All right.
It's a W. Then let's move on to a very impressive W. The W we got last night. The Phoenix Suns taking down the Timberwolves 125-116. And DeAndre Ayton, now he's looking like a guy who's trying to get himself that max contract. He got a 35 points. That's the high of his career right there. No Chris Paul on the floor. And it was hell of a game. In fact, they were chippy back and forth. When Towns went up and dunked on Crowder, for the poster, they started chipping, and then Booker, he started talking trash after he put down a five slamma jamma, and there were technical fouls for everybody, it was
technicals all around.
Playoff atmosphere right here, right now, and everybody's gunning for the Suns. So a lot of these games for the Suns are going to feel like playoff games.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you can't say a bad thing about this. Can anybody say a negative? And by the way, love to see you try, Minnesota fans. Of course, Donnie, who's like, you guys suck. We're going to beat you. And then we beat him. And he's like, well, hang a banner already. So,
I saw something, Jeffco, on social media that it just still amazes me. I've been thinking about it for a couple of days. And I'm not going to say who the person was. I don't know who this person is. But they just made the simple statement that Devin Booker is not his MVP. The Suns are not a good team. They are not They basically fluked into the playoffs last year, and they're a fluke again this year.
Oh, they just fluked their way to 59 wins this year, didn't they?
The whole thing is a fluke, and he doesn't acknowledge them. You know what, dude? I invalidate your existence.
Do I know who this is?
No. It's just somebody from. I just found it odd and strange that you can, after all this time this year, and the kind of run the Suns had last year, you can still be saying that they're a fluke.
Haters gonna hate. That's it. Haters gonna hate.
That's a fact.
So right there, the Phoenix Suns with a fantastic win over the Timberwolves, who they did, let get in there. It was only the fourth quarter where they came back and just stomped them. But
until Karl Anthony Towns did his little dance. I believe the Suns were down. I think the Timberwolves had them put away pretty handily, but that really kind of fired this team up. And whoops, maybe shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, don't poke the sleeping giant. That's a lesson that always needs to be learned. All right, so we're going to talk an awful lot of NCAA basketball here in just a little bit. I've made my bets, and this is probably another strategy that will fail me, but I'm taking a shot at it. I'll talk about that in a moment. But before we do, seems like there's been a lot of fighters in the news, a lot of fighters, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like remember we were all talking about the old Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal, and you bet on Masvidal, and I said, no, I think Covington's going to win. And I was 1,000,000,000% right, because that's what happened. Well, Jorge Masvidal did not deserve your respect, Randy. Not even a little bit. Because here's what happened on Monday night. Old Colby Covington was at the Poppy Steakhouse in Miami, because that's where you go if you're in Miami. And, he's leaving the restaurant. He's having some dinner with some friends, and all of them had those cauliflower ears. So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Jorge Masvidal runs up out of nowhere, sucker punches him twice. Bam, bam. Covington later told police that one shot got him in the mouth, and turns out fractured one of his teeth. Wow. And the other one got him right in the eyeball. During the attack, Masvidal yelled, "You shouldn't have been talking about my kids." And then he ran away. So now he's under arrest, and it could be a felony. But yeah, Jorge then later on posted a video saying, "I'm calling this the show your face challenge." Well, you don't sucker punch somebody if it's a show your face. You show your face, you square off like a man, and then that's why he had to sucker punch him, because Jorge Masvidal already knows you can't square up with Covington like a man. And I don't care. Colby was talking trash about his kids, says Moist One. Well, that's not the point. I don't even, they talk, listen, Conor McGregor was talking about killing Poirier and his wife in their sleep, but you say that stuff when you're in the ring. But right here, this is a felony. And after the attack, putting up that video, it was almost like, "Come arrest me, I'm ready." And so now, Jorge's going to jail. That's what's happened right there. Now, nobody should talk trash about anybody's kids, but one's legal, one's not. Just saying. In fact, here's another guy talking about hurting somebody. He's not in trouble, and I'm talking about UFC fighter Paddy the Batty Pimblett.
Fatty the burger patty?
The Batty Pimblett. He's the guy who beat Rodrigo Vargas at UFC London on Saturday. And after the fight, they're like, "Hey, you got anything to say?" And then that's when the fighters will be like, I want to kick this dude's butt. They start talking about the next fighter they want to fight. For some reason, Paddy the Batty Pimblett's like, "I want to fight Mark Zuckerberg."
Why?
Well, I guess what happened was he posted an inspirational message about a young boy battling cancer. Some followers posted offensive comments about it. And because of the comments, Paddy responded with some choice words, and that got him banned. So he got shut down. And so he goes out there and calls Zuckerberg out, saying, "Lad, I'm going to punch your head in. I'm sick of you shutting my Instagram accounts down when all I do is help charities and help people with mental health issues.
I see.
You're the biggest bully in the world, lad." And he's also called him a lizard. And so he had to go get his backup account so he could go ahead and post a picture of a young cancer patient that he had invited to the fight. So, yeah, I'm sure he helps a lot of people, helps a lot of kids, but you got to be careful, I guess, what you say in the comments, because it's not even Mark Zuckerberg. It's just some robot. It might be right, Mark Zuckerberg. He is like a robot. Anyway, so, whether it's a UFC on UFC crime or UFC on odd, you just sort of asexual looking fella in a t-shirt.
Facebook guy.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. In fact, you keep going with this. Jake Paul is like, "Hey, I want to fight Mike Tyson." And so they asked Mike Tyson, who's stoned most of the time. And he says, "I want $1 billion for the fight."
$1 billion?
$1 billion.
That's the way of saying never.
He's like, "I ain't got no effing money. I want $1 billion. And I guess that he's sort of hung out with Jake Paul and been friendly. So I think that, you're right, Keon. That's his way of saying, no. But I'll tell you what, Mike Tyson is nobody to be trifled with. Just the other day, he's watching a comedy show at a rooftop bar in Hollywood. And some moron comes up, starts chatting with him. And the guy was like right in the middle of this comedian set, trying to talk to Mike Tyson, bothering everybody. And then he starts challenging Mike Tyson to a fight.
Oh, no.
It just seems like a bad idea.
No.
In fantastic shape right now.
It was super cool about it. He didn't take the bait. He pretty much just sat there Then the host of the show got in his face, said, "Hey, you need to get out of here, buddy." And that's when the guy started kind of moving towards the door, but then just to make a point, pulled a gun and cocked it in front of everybody.
Oh, boy.
Of course, everybody starts diving under tables and like, okay, we're gone. But then he puts the gun away and he yelled at Mike, "I'm just kidding." And I have a lot of respect for you. Then he started saying nice things. I think Mike Tyson realized diffuse this situation is the best idea, and don't be an enemy of the guy with the gun. So he says, "Come over here," and he gave him a hug. Mike Tyson hugged the guy, cocked the gun, and so yeah, ginormous testes and nerves of steel on the Mike Tyson. So
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you if you ever saw the Mike Tyson story, I know that they had a thing on ABC about it called The Knockout. It was like a 2-part series on Mike Tyson's entire life. Mike Tyson's seen some bleep. That's
yes,
and
done some bleep,
and things he's not proud of, and he's at the point in his life now where it's like you're not really going to scare Mike Tyson.
No, and yeah, he's so stoned. He might have been scared. It just didn't register. No, nothing. And then punk ass Conor McGregor, which he is just a punk.
What's happened to that guy, man?
I don't know. He got all this money, and I think it went to his head. His yes-man went to his head. But this time he was driving like a madman around Dublin, Ireland, and they pulled him over. And here's what I think was happening. He thinks he's bigger than anything, and he's probably talking a lot of crap. And so the cops were like, "Oh, really? Okay." Because the Irish, they don't take it from nobody, not even Conor McGregor. And what should have been just a quick stop probably turned into him getting arrested. All they did give him the drug and alcohol tests. He was clean and clear. That just means he made a mental decision to drive like an idiot around Dublin. And so he's been charged with dangerous driving, and he'll have to go to court next month, and which is the same court where he was fined for speeding back in 2017. So because of that, he might do about 6 months if they decide. Like I said, people in Ireland do not care who you are. Maybe that's where I get it. I do not care who you are. And you start talking and running your mouth off, you're going to get served. And yes, Fed fan, that was a sweet convertible Bentley that he was driving. He has a crap ton of money thanks to Floyd Mayweather and him with that pretend fight. But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You just don't do that. You don't do that, and you don't run your mouth. Fed fan also says, "I'd love to see Lizard Boy Mark Zuckerberg get his butt kicked. There will be no fight. Just like there'll be no fight between Elon Musk and Putin. There'll be no fight between Zuckerberg. The only fight between Zuckerberg is the struggle to put on a turtleneck. That's it. Just that's his only fight in life.
Or to blink like a normal person blinks.
Yes, you can see him remembering. Oh, I should probably do that now.
So much effort.
Boomer Sooner says, "Good day, Jeffrey. Good day, Blender. Did you hear about Pete Carroll throwing Russell Wilson out of the bus? Now he's gone. Maybe there's a little sight of rust that we don't see out there talking about Pete Carroll." I did not see that story yet, so I can't comment on that. Cards Chappie says, "Last night was one of the best annoying games to watch. The Wolves tried to play tough and poked the actual tough guy way too much. Then he got a knockout punch in the face in the fourth quarter. That's how it goes down."
And it's hilarious because Karl Anthony Towns is he's many things. He's very talented, can shoot the long ball. He's not tough.
Mr. Pringle says, "Why is there a buzzing sound in the background? Are you guys buzzing?" Well, we were hoping that didn't go out over the air. Yeah. And so here's the deal, Keon. Remember I was telling you off air, don't treat that thing like a CB radio. Let's treat that thing like a CB radio.
Okay,
so then. When you're not talking, it's not doing it now. But when you see me do this, that.
I can hear it. So if I hear it come back, I'll just turn it off.
So I don't have to do the derpa?
You don't have to. I will save you the
thank you.
the workout that's going to take you.
Yeah, that's a lot of work there. So thanks for that, Mr. Pringle. Mars Bars 805 says, "Happy Thursday, guys. How's it going? I'll take an 805, please. Go Raiders. Go Duke. Donkey Stadium going up in smoke like Cheech and Chong. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am sure. It's a fairly serious fire. I don't know what its current state of being is at the moment, but I'm sure they'll get that under control pretty quick. Big George says, "Hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday Eve. Suns took it to Minnesota Timber Pups last night. showed them why they're the best team in the NBA. Maybe the Minnesota sports fans on Twitter will back off all the venom and gusto about the Wolves. Doubt it, but it's a nice thought. Yeah, okay. There's a collection of fans that will never stop. 49er fans, Minnesota fans. Who else?
Raider fans.
Raider fans? Well, Raider fans.
Raider fans.
I like Raider fans, though.
I do too. I do too.
49er fans are absolutely delusional. Minnesota fans are very persistent. The Raider fans, when things go bad, then they'll kind of acknowledge that. They don't act in a delusional or persistent way. They might even get quiet for a minute and a half. But no, I can't put the Raider fans at the same level of annoyance as 49ers and Minnesota fans. I'm just encompassing all of Minnesota with that. Who else? Who else is bugging us?
Boy, Laker fans, Dodger fans.
Yeah, Laker fans are kind of like that too, aren't they? A little bit like that.
Yeah.
Dodger fans, but the problem is they keep paying for really good teams. You can't say anything.
So with the Dodgers, the Dodgers are actually good. I mean, they bought it, but they are.
They got beat by Atlanta though last year.
Yes, I remember. Like it was just last year. Berg this afternoon, guys. Good luck in your brackets, fellas. An apple juice here, please, Randy. Down goes screw Arizona. Your lips to God's ears, my friend. Your lips to God's ears. For more reasons than just my hate for you, Arizona, when we come back, I'm going to share with you my upset bets for the Sweet 16. Of course, Keon Rose is going to fill us in with all the knowledge and I don't know, insight, and we're just going to kind of break down some of these games that are happening tonight and how things should go for the rest of the tournament and other things I can't think of. But Fed fans mad now. Fed's mad.
Oh no.
Well, let me scroll back up. You said a lot very quickly. Oh, she says Nets basketball coach Steve Nash is hanging out at the tennis tournament, the Miami Open. He gets extra credit points from me. What does Steve Nash have to do with anything right now?
Shouldn't he be in New York with his team?
It's a good point. And the other thing is he's already sitting there. He's probably more sweaty than the people playing tennis right now. Get that man a headband.
That's true.
All right, taking a break. We'll be back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now. Here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The Sweet 16 underway today with the first four games. Fourth-seeded Arkansas, a 9.5-point underdog against top-seeded Gonzaga in the West region, followed by third-seeded Texas Tech, a 1-point favorite against second-seeded Duke. In the South region, 11th-seeded Michigan, a 5-point dog against second-seeded Villanova, and top-seeded Arizona, a 1.5-point favorite over fifth-seeded Houston. NBA tonight, the Suns at the Nuggets. Phoenix, a 3-point road underdog. The over-under at 231 in Denver. Tyson Fury will defend his WBC and the ring heavyweight belts against Dylan White April 23rd. Updated odds have the champ a -605 favorite, White at +420. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah! Weekends now through April 3rd.
It's awesome.
I love it. It's great for the family. All our kids love it. That's why we come here.
Good times can be had by all. It's the best time we have every year. It's a great time for everyone. Join us at the Renaissance Festival! Huzzah! Come and have a turkey leg.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah! Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Dashes and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Dashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
You come out here and you really have a good time. My kids love it.
There's lots of shops to go to. Hair braiding, face painting. Oh, and I really like the meat sticks, the turkey. Whoa! Huzzah! There's so much going on. Make sure you come out early and stay all day.
Visiting the Renaissance Festival? Stop by Gold Canyon Golf Resort and enjoy a game of golf. Gold Canyon Golf Resort on Kings Ranch Road, just west of the Renaissance Festival. Huzzah!
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Arizona Rattlers football.
Exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Tune in to hear every home game live. Let's go, boys! Don't miss a second of all the high-paced action as the Rattlers chase another world championship.
Hey, we're going to win. It's going to be on us.
Rattlers football on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Or streaming live at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Thursday. The Sweet 16 gets underway here in about 45 minutes or so. About 40 minutes, I guess now. Speaking of Sweet 16, I was on the FanDuel account earlier today, and I got an email from Radio Ron informing me of a super boost available to those of you who have the FanDuel account. And I'm just going to tell you, this is free money. It's free money. All you got to do is you got to make your bet up to a certain point, and it's on Arizona scoring more than 60 points in the game. Now, Arizona averages 67 points a game when they play. This is like free money.
I ain't doing it. It's you, Arizona. I won't bet on them.
U of A to score 60 total team points, and it went from minus 1,200. FanDuel's giving you the odds of plus 100. You're going to make money on this. Arizona's just got to score more than 60 points. Could be 61, could be 67, doesn't matter. Just got to score more than 60 points against Houston tonight, and I think they can do it. And by the way, while you're there, protect yourself against upsets with the parlay insurance that they have on FanDuel. And that's only on FanDuel. All customers can get $25 back each day if your parlay of 3 legs or more falls one short. And by the way, they've got this Parlay Builder tool in there that helps you make great parlays. They have options for you to pick games, teams, the legs of your parlay. I mean, they do everything they can to help you out. And remember, a parlay is a great way to turn a small bet into a big win. So there's also some opportunities for you to jump on already known parlays that the rest of America is jumping in on. I just saw in there just a few minutes ago, Colin Cowherd's got his parlay up there. You can jump on that one if you want to. There's a whole bunch of options for you. But I like this super boost on Arizona's game coming up later today. Just go to FanDuel sportsbook.com and get yourself the app. Get yourself if you haven't been on there, get yourself signed up. Sign up with promo code Randy1580. Then you can bet the brackets all tournament long. Promo code Randy1580. Don't forget that Arizona Super Boost on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older, present in Arizona. If exactly one leg loses, the refund as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. NCAA Tournament SBK wager required. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. I mean, this is like printing your own money right
Why
here.
are we promoting this toothy bastard at the other radio station? Why are we doing that?
I just saw it
I
on
don't think
there.
we need to do that.
Well, listen. I saw it on there. I thought it was something we're talking about, but
no, not that toothy bastard. In fact,
you don't like Colin Cowherd.
I wouldn't trust any of his advice on anything ever, especially not dental work. I mean, forget it.
Listen,
no, and the other thing is, I don't care how much free money it is. I ain't betting in favor of you, Arizona, for nothing. No, listen, I've made my FanDuel bets. I have made my FanDuel bets. Listen, I'm all over the FanDuel. Don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-FanDuel. But I'm going to say nay to the Arizona thing. And I'm going to absolutely say nay to that toothy bastard down the dial.
Well, okay. Maybe there are just a few people that like Colin Cowherd. Maybe there's somebody out there that likes him.
Well, they're probably not listening to this, are they? Listen,
maybe they like us better.
I've made my upset bets. I got the upset bets. Okay.
Well, all right. So there you go, Keon. Jeffrey's not going to take any of my advice.
None.
So go ahead and print some money off for yourself.
Yes.
Get on the FanDuel app.
And I know you're probably right, Randy.
Do what you got to do there.
I know you're probably right. I just can't bring myself to do anything pro Arizona. I just can't do it.
Well, this is not pro U of A. This is pro you winning some money.
I can't click a button next to them. Can't do it. Kiss the Cook says, win or lose, you have to cheer for the mighty U of A Wildcats because supporting Euclid makes you all a traitor. First off, that's a load of horse crap. Second off, I don't got to cheer for nobody I don't want to cheer for. I am never going to cheer for Arizona. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Blech. So there. Go ASU. And yeah, I'm aware they're not in the tournament, and that hurts. But still, no, I won't do it. And Senior Wake and Bake, that's a dirty word about Colin Cowherd, but I agree. Baker's Cocky Hens says, cow turd. Boo. I heard Baker Mayfield loves him. See?
What?
See? That makes all the sense.
Cow turd.
Yeah.
Actually, they hate each other a lot, but yeah, still.
I just don't care.
Well, listen, I just thought I would throw it out there. If they had Jim Rome on there, I'd be talking about Jim Rome. They don't have Jim Rome. They got Colin Cowherd on there.
Cowherd's not on our station. So I don't want to talk about him. And
fine, then don't talk about him.
I don't care.
Don't talk about him.
Like that chubby gal that's on there with him. You can talk about her. Big George says, Randy, is there a fan boost for Arizona to lose tonight? Because I'd be all over that.
No, I don't see one for losing. All I see one is they just score 60 points or more, and you're in the money. You're in the money.
Blissful Hayes says, will the blender be coming back on the air after the basketball games today for the remaining 2 hours of the show? It's the right thing to do.
No.
Are you new here? Little Tuna says, looking forward to some drinks and a victory. Little Tuna is a Houston alumni. Down Arizona. There you go.
I mean, it's going to be a good game. I know Keon's going to talk about it in a few minutes, but listen, it's not a given that U of A wins this game.
Let me share with you my bets, and Little Tuna, stay tuned. You're going to like this. My upset bets. I put $1 on each of them with various degrees of success on how well I'll do if I win. St. Peter's to beat Purdue.
Oh, boy.
$1 is going to pay me $7.50. Houston to beat screw Arizona. $1 only gets me $2.05. And that's fine. Providence to beat Kansas. $1 gets me $3.50. Sorry, that's Arkansas, isn't it? Sorry. Wait. No, you're right. Where am I? Oh, there it is. I was looking at the wrong lines. And then Arkansas to beat Gonzaga. $1 to pay me $4.85. Now, if any, some of these will cost me money. If I only win the Houston one or I only win the Providence one, I've lost like a couple bucks or $1.50 or whatever. But if I win on the Arkansas or the St. Peter's one, it covers my $4 that I bet. This is a dumb mathematical bet. I just did this for fun. I bet the underdogs, the best underdogs that I could find in the Sweet 16 tonight and tomorrow night. So what do you think, Keon? How do you like my chances with St. Peter's beating Purdue, Houston beating Arizona, Providence beating Kansas, Arkansas beating Gonzaga?
Those are some good bets. St. Peter's and Purdue. I don't know if I trust St. Peter's really because they're out of nowhere. They're the Cinderella. I don't know how far they can go. But Providence and Kansas, Providence is a workman-like team. They're perfectly capable of ruining Kansas's life.
Yeah.
I've already told you how I feel about Arkansas and Gonzaga. I actually think that's an upset that's going down. And then
that was my inspiration when you said that.
Houston and Arizona, that's not a gimme. That's not a gimme. This is a Houston team that is red hot right now, and they are playing some of the toughest, most physical defense in college hoops. So, no, I like some of these bets. I mean, this one of these could turn out to give you something because it is March Madness, and that's how it goes.
I got 2 upsets tonight. I got 2 upsets tomorrow night. So it gives me something to look forward to. Now, the thing about Providence, they got a little bit of help from old massage parlor Bob Kraft, because what he did was loan them the team plane so they could use it for the game. So now they have the luxury of that, plus a bunch of family and friends were able to get to the game that maybe wouldn't have been able to get there before. So there's a little bit of something extra that Providence has that Kansas doesn't have.
Yeah, and they're going to need all the help they can get because they don't have the talent that Kansas has. All of the
they got heart
stars.
Kid.
5 stars, but what they do have is a bunch of guys where if the game is late and Providence is within a bucket or 2, that's a scary basketball team when the game's on the line.
Everybody at Providence is today a Patriots fan for sure. Berg says, I met Colin Cowherd years ago. He's a douche. Like you, Arizona.
Okay, well, I'm sorry I brought him up. I just thought I thought this was interesting. That's all. Sorry I brought him up.
I like the show that's on before him or after. I don't know how they do their schedule. I like Marcellus and Acho.
I don't want to talk about them. They're not on our station.
They're not on radio, I don't think. Are they on radio?
No, they're not.
Speak for yourself. It's just a TV show.
Yeah.
That's different. And I enjoy that.
They're good.
Big George says, yeah, I agree, Jeffrey. I've never liked Cowherd. He's always talking up the New York and LA sports teams. He ignores the cities in between. Super annoying. I can't stand him. I think I probably would have stopped that. I hope he loses his teeth, George. I don't know.
Why do you want to wish he to lose his teeth?
I'm sure he has occasionally. They're in there with a glass and he forgets where he's left the glass. He's got to go find his teeth. You know,
I see.
Nothing weird about that. Baker's Cocky Hen says, Arizona has 2 of the best things going for him, and all in one player. Math Urine. He's the man. I don't think his name is Math Urine.
Yeah, I believe it's pronounced Mathurin.
There you go. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fed fan says, Jeffrey, you should be cheering for Kansas. The ex-ASU player is now a Jayhawk. I don't care about that. I just wanted to play and I don't care really about Arkansas, Providence, Houston, or St. Peter's. I don't care. I'm just trying to win an upset, kind of bet thing. You think that the money would have been better coming back though,
Well, I don't think Vegas wants to lose any money on this because they know that upsets could happen. So they're going to put the line at a spot where the return's not going to be all that great.
Suppose I probably did it wrong, but Josh Applebaum is not with us this week, so there's nobody to yell at me. So, ladies and gentlemen, because tonight and tomorrow night it is the Sweet 16. Let's get this party started, shall we? It's time now for Keon Rose's college basketball dance party.
Well, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
We'll talk about Arkansas versus Gonzaga first.
Arkansas versus Gonzaga. Break it down for us, Keon.
Arkansas, Gonzaga, obviously, trying to get back to the NCAA tournament championship and win this whole thing again. Arkansas, by the way, I know it's easy to forget. We don't think Arkansas in basketball. They were in the shuffle last year, too. And I think Arkansas comes out ahead of Gonzaga in this game for defense. I'll give you that reason first. They are one of the best defensive teams in college basketball. They actually were at one point 0-3 in the SEC. And ever since being 0-3 in the SEC, since that game till now, they are 3rd in the nation in adjusted defense. The stellar defensively. They make life very miserable. They're going to be one of the more physical teams that Gonzaga has played. This is not a Gonzaga team that I think has elite guard play. I also don't like the way that they deal with fouls. I think they're very susceptible to fouling teams, which is why, again, the physical nature of Arkansas, very, very interesting as a matchup here. And the other thing that I think is interesting about this matchup is just how low the point totals have been for some of these teams that have played Arkansas. But there is a point of concern for Arkansas. They're not very efficient scoring the basketball. Their best player, JD Note, is he's a volume shooter. Let's just go ahead and be honest about that. He has to take a lot of shots to score a lot of points. And I think that this is one of those games where Gonzaga can make him pay if he's not an efficient shooter of the basketball. He's 10 of 34 in this tournament so far. I'm not really excited about that, but I just look at the defense and I go, this team has carried themselves to this point in the tournament. Defensively, they did it last year too. They lost to TCU, I think, in the Elite Eight by about 10 points, but at no point in that game were they truly out of the game until the very end when they had to play the fouling game to try and win that way. They've been doing this for 2 years in a row now. I think Arkansas has the ability to get the better of Gonzaga, but they're going to have to contain Drew Timme because he is one of the most efficient scorers in the nation playing for Gonzaga, and he is a guy that gets things going for them when they seem to not be able to find any other way of getting the ball in the basket.
All right. Do we have time for another one?
Yeah, let's do
Jeff,
one
go. All right. Just let's do one more. Quickly, looking at Michigan, Villanova, shouldn't take you too long. I mean, Michigan, does it really belong here in this tournament? And is Nova just going to make minced meat out of Michigan? Or is this going to be a tighter game?
What do you mean, do they belong? They're here. Of course, they belong if they're here.
There were questions, at least at the beginning of the tournament, as to whether or not they belong, but I agree with Jeffrey. You've been winning games. You deserve to be here. And one of the reasons why they've got Eli Brooks playing out of his mind, but the guy that really carries things for the Michigan Wolverines, Hunter Dickinson. He is the most experienced basketball player in the history of Michigan basketball because he's back for year 6 because he's using his extra COVID year. So he's a 6th-year senior, and it looks like it. He looks like a grown man playing with boys because he is, in fact, a grown man playing with boys. And it's awesome to watch. I mean, he really calms this team down, and he's operating around the basket in a very physical style, which could present some problems for Villanova. However, Villanova's been here before. Villanova shoots the basketball incredibly well. You know, Jay Wright has obviously got the pedigree at this point as one of college basketball's finest. I think the run might end here for the Michigan Wolverines, and Villanova's going to end it. I look for Colin Gillespie to really get going for Villanova. This team is as deep a team in college basketball. I can go deeper on the roster than that. I mean, I talked about Gillespie, but this is a team that goes, 7 or 8 guys deep, which is not that common when you get to this point in a college basketball season where you're looking at 8 guys and they can all score. But I'm going to go Villanova for that reason, the depth that this team has in their shooting ability. I'm leaning to the Wildcats.
All right, so let's take a break. When we come back, we will continue Keon Rose's college basketball dance party, and he'll give us his take on Texas Tech and Duke and Houston and screw Arizona. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Okay, you're back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where delicious 7-course meals prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, cocktails, and more. Book your night of fun right now. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. That's 480-607-1114. We'll see you there.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going, and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
At Wendy's, March is madness. With our breakfast Baconator, sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, both made with fresh cracked eggs, or even a honey butter chicken biscuit. And we're just getting warmed up. Get 50% off the official breakfast of March Madness when you order through the Wendy's app. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
For a limited time, participating Wendy's via app offer only. Account registration required. No discount applies to taxes or fees. Not valid with any other offer.
1580, The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. We have a short time, and then we start up the Sweet 16 here on 1580 The Fanatic, and we are right in the middle of Keon Rose's college basketball dance party. We talked about Arkansas and Gonzaga. We talked about Michigan, Villanova. Let's move on into what happens later on tonight. Texas Tech is at number 2 Duke, and of course Mars Bar is 805. Wants to hear you say it, Keon. He wants to hear you say Duke with the win. Can you say it?
I don't think I can.
Oh, snap.
I don't think I can. Texas Tech is an incredible defensive team, and I think that might be the name of the game today, because I'm really leaning towards a lot of these teams that just take people out of basketball games, just smother them. That's what Texas Tech does. There's a reason why their head coach gets hired away. The University of Texas, the Longhorns come in, swoop in, steal their coach, and they're back here again. Like, it doesn't matter for them because of the high-level defensive play and the physicality that they play with. And I just think with a lot of the young guys on this Duke roster, are they going to be able to handle any of that? Wendell Moore, I like him as a player, but again, when you look at some of the things that Texas Tech does defensively, and they are alarmingly creative, Duke hasn't seen anything in the ACC that's looked like what Texas Tech is going to bring to the floor on a defensive standpoint. And that is before we get to the fact that Texas Tech can get hot shooting the 3-ball too, and give themselves even more of an opportunity to win this basketball game. I'm actually going to go Texas Tech Red Raiders over the Duke Blue Devils in this matchup.
Oh, they're a 1-point favorite over Duke at this point.
They're the only underdog that's a favorite so far.
Before we continue, I got to take a quick moment. Tiger Paws just texted in and says, "Hey, Randy, can you pour me a pina colada? It's my birthday."
Well, sure.
If you like pina coladas. I don't care for them. Thank you.
Well, you go, Tiger Paws.
Happy birthday, though.
I only allowed that to happen because it was is Tiger Paws' birthday. So
happy birthday, Tiger Paws.
And I don't believe you really wanted a pina colada. You just wanted to annoy me. So happy birthday, Tiger Paws. All right, Randy, what's the next game?
Well, the next one up.
I don't want to say it out loud.
The next one up, Houston is taking on U of A. U of A, the number 1 seed. But here's the hook: they're playing. They're playing in San Antonio, which is a scant drive for those Houston fans to make the trek and join in this celebration of the Houston Cougars taking on the Arizona Wildcats tonight in the Sweet 16. Now, I must say, 1 seeds have not fallen very often when you get to the Sweet 16. But I think this might be an opportunity tonight for the Houston Cougars to do some damage. Yes. Plus, I like Cougars.
That's really not how they sound, Randy.
So, Keon, what do you got? You're the expert here. You tell us.
You know, I'm leaning towards Arizona, but that's not that's not to
he
say
turn his mic off.
What?
But that's again, like you said, because one seeds just don't lose very often at this particular point in the tournament. But I'll give you something here for Houston, because again with the defense, but here is Houston. Kelvin Sampson, the head coach, is going to have to be considered one of the best head coaches in college basketball at this point. This is a man who lost 2 of his 4 best players to start the season in December, lost them both. And continued right on as though nothing had happened, won his league, won the conference tournament, and now here they are in the Sweet 16. They have won 11 of their last 12 games. So if anybody could knock off Arizona at this particular point, Houston could absolutely do it. And they continue to find help from dudes. I've never heard of some of these people. Taze Moore went off for them a game ago, and I had to look up who he was. He never had a recruiting profile that I ever saw. There wasn't any of the 4-star, 0 stars for Taze Moore.
Hey, Randy, you see what he's doing right here? You see what he's doing here, right? He hasn't made a pick yet. He's just trying to kiss asses in either direction right now.
No, I am not.
He's playing both sides.
Houston a bunch of hope, but I haven't heard
playing
him
both sides of the road.
I will make a pick. I already told you who I'm leaning towards.
I don't know. I want to hear you're leaning towards. I want to hear who you're picking.
Yeah.
Well, I am picking Arizona to win the game. I like where they're at, but I'm giving you reasons why this is a compelling matchup and why I could be wrong. I don't know why
your microphone even hates you.
My microphone hates everyone today. I'm sorry. But I like a lot of what Houston brings to the table. And I've been waffling on this game, the entire week. It's gone back and forth for me because I think that Houston is a team that, because of the injuries to them and because of the conference that they play in, they're being a little bit overlooked. And Arizona, if they were going to be this dominant force in this game, it would be a 1.5 point favorite in this. This is going to be an incredibly close matchup, and Arizona may have to escape another close game if they want to come out with the victory. I think they will.
Would you poop a little bit if all of my my bets won? All my upset bets actually won? Because this is the thing. Everybody always says, oh, this sort of thing never happens. And then, you have 2 Super Bowls in a row that are won on the home field of the winning team. You know what I mean? Hey, so maybe this is the year that all the number ones go down. Huh? Wouldn't you poop a little?
It's certainly possible. I don't know if I'd poop a little, just because this is... I've seen everything happen in this tournament that I've been told can't happen. Right? The 16 beating the 1. We just assumed that would never happen. And then one day, not just the 1 seed, the overall number 1 seed in Virginia goes down to the University of Maryland in Baltimore County. I mean, that's just, that's the kind of thing that we're looking at here. No, I wouldn't be that surprised, because I think a lot of these games are way closer than the seeding would indicate.
Well, we'll talk about tomorrow night's games tomorrow. And of course, we'll recap all the fun that we have tonight. So, Keon, out of these games, which upset do you think is most likely between all these number 1s and number 2s versus the 4s, the 11, the 3, and the 5?
I think Arkansas and Gonzaga is incredibly likely. I think Texas Tech over Duke, incredibly likely.
You can't just say all of them.
I'm not going to say all of them.
I want one. The most likely.
The most likely, I'm going to go Arkansas Gonzaga.
That's good, because I have money on that. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're running out of time, so it is now time for On This Date in Big George's Sports History. Back in the year 1956, the great Bill Russell led the University of San Francisco to its 2nd straight NCAA men's basketball title with an 83-71 victory over the University of Iowa. Russell scored 26 points and pulled down 27 rebounds as the Dons won their 55th straight game, the collegiate record at the time. Current record is 88 by usually. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Let's move on.
By who, Jeffrey?
Usually, Ukla. Just usually. I don't care.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Just moving on.
Boy, it hasn't bode well with you and Ukla, has it?
No. Ooh, hey, guys!
Yeah.
Is this breaking news? It could be. I'm going to break it as breaking news till somebody tells me he's wrong. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Newsflash.
This is breaking news.
Baker Cocky Hens is reporting that Chris Paul is back. He says, let's get that chemistry back and get ramped up for the playoffs and see some more domination, please. So is that a true report?
That's a true report. Chris Paul started practicing with the team on Tuesday. And looks like they made him probable earlier today to come back and play.
King of Kittens, for some reason, says sausages. I don't know why. Big George, there you go. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, it's been like this a long time. Can't we change it to hear Boomer Sooner Sports of the Day or something like that?
No.
No. Mr. Pringle says, hey, when are you going to talk about NFL quarterbacks? I was hoping we'd do that today, but it seems we've run out of time.
Uh-huh.
The Berg says, douche nozzle is really underutilized.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they have better ways of doing that now. That's why maybe you don't hear it so much. Boogie says, go blue, and Hunter Dickinson is a true sophomore. Blissful Hayes says, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Pringle on signing with the Chicago Bears. Kiss the Cook says, earlier I said I only have one team, Wildcats, in the tournament. Make that two. Go Jayhawks, because my wife's uncle is professor there. Nobody cares. Kiss the Cook. Once you say go anything south of Tempe, we don't care anymore. I just don't care. Don't care. Kiss the Cook. Sorry, can't do it. Can't do it.
Mm.
Bruno Baller says, didn't Arkansas win it all in 1994 when Arizona made the Final Four?
Maybe.
That's pretty far back for Keon.
Yes,
Keon, that was like, his birth. He was probably in diapers. Tiger Paws says, has Randy made any comments about the possible speculation of us getting Baker Mayfield if the Panthers were to get Kyler Murray? Who's speculating that?
Yeah, I haven't heard any of that speculation. And if you believe Little Caesar, in his own words, he's going to be a Cardinal for a long time. That came out today via the NFL network. So
against the spread gives his predictions: Gonzaga, Texas Tech, Villanova, and Houston all win tonight.
Wow.
Ukla says, you talking crap, radio pal? Don't make me come down there. Well, if you do, can you fix Keon's microphone? Because I'm not there, but you could go ahead, see what you can do about it. I don't know. If not, then I have to go down there later. So yeah. Should we spin the wheel? Should we spin the wheel and see what we talk about next?
Why not?
Let's do that. We got a couple minutes. This is some weird crap right here. So you know how Shaq Mason is now with the Buccaneers. Guard Shaq Mason is with the Buccaneers. And turns out he's named Shaquille Olajuwon Mason after Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon, right? That's kind of nice. I've always wondered about Shaq Mason. Wonder if he was named after Shaq. Well, now his new teammate, pass rusher Shaq Barrett, not only also named after Shaquille O'Neal, but his middle name is Akeem. Shaquille Akeem Barrett. So they're both named after the same two players. What are the chances of that?
1,000,000 to 1.
I worked with a guy about 10 years ago. I hired this guy, and he worked for us for a little while. And we didn't know for like about a year and a half. We were both from Oregon. Turns out we both grew up in the same small town. It was a very random small town, like 5,000 people when I lived there, 10,000 people when he lived there. And it just happened to be the exact same place. Isn't that weird?
That's weird.
It's also weird that three people from the same class, 1989, old Holmberg over at Dobson, Crazy Kid, and myself, all three of us were doing mornings at the same time, and we all went to high school at the exact same time here in the Valley. And Crazy Kid and I were over at Mountain View and Mesa. So isn't that weird?
What a coincidence!
I know.
Wow.
The Shaq Mason thing, the Shaq Barrett thing, that's insane.
That's absolutely insane.
Spin the wheel, Randy. So Pepsi, I guess, doesn't want to pay for the Super Bowl halftime show anymore. $50 million to sponsor that thing. So kind of wondering who the hell is going to do that now. I mean, who makes sense? I mean, to be honest, did Pepsi really make sense? Do you think soda, when you think Super Bowl, kind of feel like it should be a beer company, right?
Yeah, or pizza or something like that.
Pizza. Oh, there you. Well, yeah. I guess so.
The big game. You know, more pizzas are consumed on the big game day than any other day of the year.
Yeah.
Good point. Domino's, Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Just anybody but Papa John's, please. Just can't.
Great pizza.
No. Little Caesars, maybe. I like Little Caesars.
No,
Boy,
it's hitting too close to home for me.
No. Well, who else would maybe make sense? $50 million. You know, I'll tell you what, maybe Antonio Brown and Kanye can't afford to buy a team, but they can afford to buy a Super Bowl halftime show.
Hey,
true.
There you go.
It would last a year. And I think they're looking for a long-term sponsor on that one. Big George says, breaking soccer news. Well, I'm just going to stop you right there. No, I don't. Nobody cares about soccer, George. I'm not reading about your Italian players or nothing. Not doing it. See what you've done? Because of you, you've ended the show.
Wow.
Fed Fan says, Randy and I both attended high school in the Phoenix Union District. Is that weird? No, that's really not that.
I think it's kind of weird. Sort of odd.
Same district.
Yeah. Come on.
Not same school
same town,
or same class.
same
or
small
same
little
teachers.
town. I mean, who would have thunk it?
It's just not same as.
Come on.
Stop trying to steal my thunder, Randy. Stop it.
Who would have thunk it?
Ah, God damn it. All right. Well, we have to go now because Westwood One is coming up with a real fun broadcast. That's right. All of your first night of Sweet 16 will be represented right here on 1580 Fanatic. It's like the Red Zone, but with basketball. You should check it out. Coming up next. See you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Why are you clapping? Yay! Because we get it off.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Many people feel if you record 3,000 hits in a career, you should automatically be selected into the Hall of Fame. Do you know the first major